We're on day 11 of our 60-day healing journey to establish healthy boundaries. We did the work to stop attracting emotionally unavailable people. We stopped being a people pleaser and an overgiver and an overshare. We learned how to say no from a place of love to establish those healthy boundaries that we need so that we can get to this space right here and form the inner union to have a relationship with ourselves, to connect our dots, that me, myself, and I, to bring all the pieces together, all the fragmented pieces that we have, we're coming into alignment, calling back our power. Today we're going to be talking about why it's important to take your time. Why it's important to take your time. The affirmation is, I am learning to slow down safely. I am learning to slow down safely. Are you someone that rushes through things? You're just so anxious to get to the end that you're not actually enjoying the journey. My question is, what's the big rush? And what's next? After you finish this, then what's next? If you rush through life and don't take time to enjoy those precious moments, what do you really have? It's the journey, the ups, the downs, all of it it tells a story. But when you rush through it, you can't probably remember most of the things that happen because you're just rushing to get to the end. Just that anxiety is making you get there. That anxiousness is making you get to the end. But when you're doing that, ask yourself this question. Are you doing things fully? Are you actually embracing what you do? Are you actually understanding and processing what you're doing? Or are you just trying to get to the end? So the experience itself, you may lose a lot of benefits from learning things in the experience because you rush your way through. Instead of actually taking your time, feeling it out, getting these sensations, understanding things, watching how things operate, watching how things work, learning so that you can possibly not repeat the cycle. We rush to the end sometimes and we miss out on that. And then you have to repeat this cycle all over again because you missed something that you was not, you didn't pick up because you were rushing through it. As we take our time, we learn about ourselves. We learn what's right for us and what's not. We learn when things need to change, what shifts need to happen, those little tweaks that we need to make things operate more smoothly for us. We learn ourselves. Like I said on a video yesterday, it's about mastering yourself. And you learn what's good for you, who's good for you, when things are good for you, etc. And now you can actually make the necessary adjustments that it takes for you to do things properly and build things from the ground up. That way you don't have to repeat it again. And then you'll be a teacher because now you can teach somebody, based off of what you've been going through. You can teach somebody because you took the time to actually get through it, learn the process, etc. So that's our affirmation. I am learning to slow down safely. The somatic practice is slow breathing, count exhales. So we're going to breathe in for 4 and count out for 8. That's the somatic practice. Giving yourself a quick reset. Remember that breath, when you start breathing, the breath brings that awareness there. You might be rushing through something. You might had a long day and you just having this anxious feeling and you just tired or frustrated. But when you breathe, then you bring yourself back to center. It's like a quick reset. So the somatic practice is slow breathing, count exhales. The visualization is imagine time stretching gently. Imagine time stretching gently. That way, this visualization will help you stop rushing because you won't feel like you need to rush. It calms you down. It brings you like the peace of knowing that time is working for me. Time is working for me. Time always works for me. I'm always on time. These are things that we have to repeat to ourselves. So this visualization is imagine time stretching gently. The journal prompt is, where do I rush myself? Where do you rush yourself? Are you just rushing through things all the time? Are you rushing as you eat? You know, are you rushing through relationships? What is it that you're doing? We're all guilty of this. I know I am, of rushing through things and then having to repeat it. And then I look back like, you know what? If I had just done that right, took my time the first time, I would have got it. But now I'm in a place in my life where I try to be obedient. Where when myself tells me something, I try to listen, because I would rather not repeat this cycle all over again. And I know the more obedience that comes with taking your time and actually listening, then things work out better for you because you're being more obedient. It's like you jump timelines because you actually listened and was obedient and took your time, and then it works out later on. So rushing through it doesn't help anything. Temporary satisfaction, that's what that is, when you're just trying to get through so you can get the satisfaction of it. But that's just a dopamine hit. You're trying to just get something real quick to satisfy you and make you feel like you've accomplished something. But really, you're going to have to do it over again. If it's something that needed to be done correctly and thoroughly, and you rush through it, if it's something where you're trying to create a foundational, like a strong base, something that lasts for a long time, you really have to take your time and do it the right way. There's no ways around it. There's no way around that. And not to say that everything requires a certain amount of time or a very long time. It's just about doing it right with integrity, because it will last longer. It's more solid. So whenever there's a storm or when things get rough, it'll be able to withhold, because you took the time to do it properly. You know, the stuff that's temporary, they fall away. That's why it's called temporary. So it may seem like it's lasting right now, but it ain't going to last for long because it wasn't done properly. So that's our general problem. Where do I rush myself? So take note of that. And those places where you rush yourself, take your time, practice going through it. If you're somebody that rushes when you eat, take your time to chew your food for digestion. You know, your body, you need to chew a certain amount of time so that your stomach can actually create the acid to break the food down. But if you're just chewing like 2 times and swallowing, you know, you definitely causing your digestive system some issues. You got to take the time to chew, because your brain is sending a signal to your stomach to produce acids as you chew, the more you chew. So see how things are working in the background? That's an example of how when you're taking time to do things, things are working out in the back, you know, behind the scenes. You know, things are developing. It's like planting a flower. You put the seed in there and you have to wait for this flower to grow. You can't rush the flower to grow. And if you do rush the flower, again, get a GMO flower, the quality just isn't going to be the same, right? It's not going to be the same. But if you let it grow, if you let this plant grow, then the proper way, you may get some nice healthy veggies because you just let it grow the way it needed to grow naturally. So see, that's what happens when we take our time. We let things develop the way that they should develop. The practice for today is do one thing slower. So take your time doing one thing slower, something that you may have rushed through, that you may rush through all the time. Take your time to go through slower, because now you might realize that you don't even like it, or you might start to love it even more because you're taking your time to process what you're doing, to feel it out, to see, you know, just gauge it a little bit more. You might be learning now about something that you've been doing. You know, you're gonna, from being mindful and being in the moment, you have a different experience than rushing through. And now you can actually, you know, think about this experience and say, is this right for me or not? Because if you've been rushing through it for so long, you might not even be aware that it's something that you don't like. So that's our practice. Do one thing slower. The holistic tip is warm shower or hand washing with awareness. So when you take your shower, take the time to feel the water. Let your body breathe. Let your body feel the sensation of the water and breathe. Just take your time. There's no rush. You know, calm the nervous system, relax. Maybe some good ideas might pop up as you take your shower. That warm sensation, just being in the now, may allow you to focus more and ideas may come. You know, a plan may come. Who knows? Just that warm sensation. So that's our holistic tip. So that's our holistic tip for today. I thank you all for taking the time to listen to this video. I hope it's helping. I definitely am enjoying this journey. I will see you tomorrow. Peace and love. Mwah.